Now at 5, a new coronavirus testing plan announced for Marion County, targeting those who are falling victim to the virus at the highest rates.
Meeting the needs of customers during the pandemic. I'm Nicole Griffin tonight, finding out the products one local company is now delivering right to your home.
Making sure people with disabilities are treated fairly when it comes to COVID-19. I'm Kara Kenny with why some say Indiana needs to do better.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
Thank you for joining us here at 5. I'm Amanda Starantino in the RTV6 studio.
And I'm Mark Mullins, continuing to practice social distancing from my home. And we start off again with the numbers today. The impact of coronavirus on your lives and the economy. More than 4.4 million laid off workers applied for unemployment benefits in the past week. Roughly 26 million people have now filed for jobless aid in the 5 weeks since the coronavirus outbreak began. About 1 in 6 Americans has now lost their jobs since mid-March. Now here are the specific numbers for Indiana from the Department of Workforce Development. In the week ending March 14th, just before all of this hit, the weekly claims number was about 2,500. It jumped the following week to nearly 60,000, then about 140,000 and 133,000. Well, it's been coming down since. Last week's claims totaled about 74,000.
Indiana is paying out a record amount of unemployment benefits to help Hoosiers rebound and get back on their feet. Between Friday and Sunday, people received at least $276 million in unemployment aid. That's $40 million more than the state paid in all of 2019. And while others are receiving money, many Hoosiers are still having trouble filing. RTV6's Megan Sanctorum learned about the roadblocks and challenges some people continue to face.
More Hoosiers than ever before are filing for unemployment benefits after being laid off or let go due to the coronavirus. We've been sharing their stories over the past month and working with the Department of Workforce Development to show how they're trying to keep up with a system that was never designed to handle this volume. Some people have started to see payments come through, but others are still waiting. Arlie Arnold says her husband filed more than 21 days ago, but has yet to receive a payment. It's causing them to take drastic measures just to make ends meet.
He even went as far as to take a loan out on his 401k.
Another one.
Yeah, just so that we can have a little extra to go with my paycheck to try to extend out some bills and things like that.
She says the online unemployment portal isn't showing any errors on their account, and they haven't been able to get through when they call. Haley Wyrick is also dealing with a lot of unanswered questions. She says she got one unemployment payment several weeks ago, but they've since stopped, and she's not sure why.
Like, I have nothing. Like, I don't have anything to pay rent. I don't have anything, to pay utilities. I don't have anything to pay for this lovely bundle of joy right here. I have nothing,
Both say they will continue to keep calling and checking the website, hoping for answers soon. Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
And RTV6 is working to make sure the systems meant to help you rebound from the coronavirus are also working for you. Last night, our Rafael Sanchez led a Rebound Indiana virtual town hall with the leaders from the Department of Workforce Development. We learned that starting tomorrow, gig workers, independent contractors, and the self-employed can start applying for benefits.
That program is designed for individuals who wouldn't ordinarily be eligible for unemployment insurance under our regular program. Self-employed individuals, folks who have limited work history, those individuals who are independent contractors. And what we expect in this new application process is for that individual to go in and to provide us information about who they are, because right now our system doesn't recognize who they are.
Again, you can start applying tomorrow for those benefits through the Federal CARES Act. Applicants who are approved will start seeing those benefits on May 8th. The average wait time is 21 days. You can watch the full town hall with Department of Workforce Development officials at theindychannel.com.
Now let's get to the other numbers that paint the health picture of Hoosiers enduring this crisis. Today, the State Department of Health reported 45 more deaths for a total of 706. 612 more Hoosiers have tested positive for a total of more than 13,000, and more than 72,000 people have been tested with an 18% positive rate. The state also provides us data about the races of those who have died. Nearly 66% of those who have died are white, and whites make up about 85% of the state's population. 17% of the deaths have occurred in African Americans, who make up just over 9% of Indiana's population. And that mirrors a serious national trend. And the Indianapolis Mayor and Marion County Health Department today announced a testing plan to address that disparity. Expanded testing will be offered to African American residents and those of older age groups starting next week. That testing will take place at Eastern Star Church, but only by appointment. You will need to complete a registration and health screening at marionhealth.org/Indy COVID to get an appointment. Again, that's marionhealth.org/Indy COVID. You need that to get an appointment. That survey will be live on the website soon. The fact that African Americans are being impacted at a higher rate played a big role in a major announcement today by the Indiana Black Expo. Organizers are canceling the public events for the popular summer celebration that includes the concerts and the luncheon. They hope to hold their education and business conference virtually. Well, this year's event was going to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the organization. Organizers hope to mark that celebration next year. Black Expo is also canceling the Circle City Classic, which is held in the fall. That includes the parade and the football game between two historically black colleges and universities.
COVID-19 is impacting people with disabilities in Indiana, and advocates want to make sure they are treated fairly. Call 6 Investigates' Kara Kenny found why some say Indiana could do more to protect people with disabilities.
Approximately 1 out of every 5 Hoosiers is living with a disability, which can affect your physical or mental state. Advocates are urging state and federal governments to create policies that better protect them.
It should be the same for anybody. If anybody gets it, they should be treated the same, because we're just like you guys, just a little different.
Sean Fulton is an adult with a disability. He also works for the Arc of Indiana, an organization that's working to make sure that people with disabilities like Sean are treated fairly if they're diagnosed with COVID-19. Indiana has not had a shortage of ventilators, but some are concerned about what could happen if doctors have to make difficult decisions.
The fear of what happens when and if numbers start to surpass the existence of ventilators, and true rationing has to happen. I think history, unfortunately, has always been that, the value of people with disabilities has not always been seen as strong. And so I think parents have a real concern about what would happen.
Call 6 Investigates found Indiana's COVID response plan does not include ventilator triage guidance. Hospitals make those decisions. We reached out to the Indiana Hospital Association, who told us, as always, hospitals remain committed to ensuring equitable resource allocation, regardless of race, ethnicity, nationality, gender, socioeconomic status, religion, or sexual orientation. Additionally, this guidance does not base allocation decisions on any stereotypes, assessment of quality of life, or judgments about a person's relative worth based on the absence or presence of disabilities. Indiana Disability Rights and dozens of other groups from across the country sent this letter to the U.S. Health and Human Services Agency on April 16th, urging the feds and states to track whether a patient has a disability, along with other data like their race and age. Reporting in Indianapolis, Kara Kenny, RTV6.
And the latest numbers show Indiana has just over 3,200 ventilators, and only 10% are being used by COVID-19 patients. 77% are still available. However, state health officials expect COVID-19 to peak in Marion County in late April and throughout the state in early to mid-May.
As the pandemic continues, many Hoosiers are trying to stay at home and avoid going inside the grocery store, and some are turning to delivery options to stay safe. RTV6's Nicole Griffin is finding out that a local delivery-only kitchen is now testing providing new products that are in high demand.
Before the COVID-19 pandemic, Cluster Truck was always very busy during the lunch hour. But since many people are now working from home, they are seeing their business shift during this time. They are busier at another time of day, and they are also testing out a new service to meet their customers' needs.
For the past 3 years outside of COVID, it's been lunch, lunch, lunch. Now we're seeing dinner, dinner, dinner.
For Cluster Truck, about half of their business comes from people ordering lunch in office buildings. But since that has slowed down for the time being, they are trying to figure out what the current need is. So in Carmel, they started testing out grocery delivery packs.
We have a small, medium, large with different assortments of, dairy products, meats. Also includes, we have a paper pack, which has paper towel, toilet paper.
A lot of the restaurant suppliers are stuck, right? So they have all this inventory of, chicken breasts and hamburger and bacon and paper goods and things like that that are packaged in huge bulks to sell to restaurants. So we're taking those from like the Sysco's, breaking them down into individual servings, and then using our technology to deliver to customers in Carmel.
On average, customers receive their groceries about 15 minutes after ordering. And now they're constantly trying to figure out how they can get more of these items. Since starting to deliver groceries last week, they have sold out of the products nearly every day. They hope to eventually expand the grocery delivery to other cities like Indianapolis in the future. Working for you, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
And during the pandemic, Cluster Truck is also working with Cunningham Group in Zionsville at their Stone Creek restaurant, testing out delivery service. This is a first for the company, and so far they say it's going well. Still ahead on RTV6 News at 5, there could still be more than corn in Indiana. Details on new life for Indiana Beach.
And Mark, there's definitely more rain in Indiana. Showers around Frankfort and Tipton. We'll talk about when this ends and when our next round of rain arrives. We'll do that after this.
Check up at Golden Oak Lending.
Those who have survived the coronavirus epidemic are being asked to donate their plasma to help those still suffering from the virus. It's been tested on a few patients. RTV6's Kelsey Anderson explains how it's working so far.
So for someone to donate plasma, they have to be symptom-free for at least 28 days. And that's why health experts are hoping to see a ramp up in plasma donations this week as people continue to beat the coronavirus.
I had a little bit of a sore throat, and I developed a very minimal cough that lasted about a week. And I was just a little fatigued.
Dr. Richard Keller is a pediatrician at IU Health. He tells me he started having symptoms of COVID-19 on March 10th. Sore throat, mild cough, and eventually losing his sense of smell.
And I wasn't diagnosed for another probably 2 weeks. So I had it very early on.
This week marked 28 days of being symptom-free for Dr. Keller. So he made a trip to the Indiana Blood Center to donate his plasma filled with antibodies to fight the virus.
They put an IV in is the worst part, and that takes about 45 minutes. They take your blood out, they separate the plasma, and then they give you your blood back.
Then that plasma will be transported to an area hospital to treat patients suffering from the disease. This method has been used for 4 patients so far at IU Health. And Dr. Nicholas Barrows says it seems to be working.
And the patients that received the convalescent plasma last week, I think they're getting much better. One of them was extubated yesterday after being in the ventilator for over a week.
Dr. Barrows says they can't say for certain that the plasma transfusion is the sole reason the patients are getting better, because other treatment methods were also being used. But he says trends across the country are showing that this method works. And it also gives survivors the opportunity to lend a helping hand.
Allows the community to participate in providing help and unite us all as, we're all here in the fight together.
Dr. Barrows says no matter where you donate or which portal you use to sign up, it doesn't really matter because the plasma is being dispersed across the state to hospitals who need it in a statewide effort to beat this virus. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
And so many people are searching for work right now due to coronavirus job losses. Our Hiring Hoosiers initiative is working to help you fill that gap. INDOT is hosting a virtual job fair a week from today. This is a rescheduled event from last week. The State Department of Transportation is looking to fill over 100 jobs. The job fair is set for Thursday, April 30th from 10 to 11 a.m. It can be done on Microsoft Teams or online video conference on your desktop or mobile device. Jobs include summer seasonal workers, highway technicians, equipment mechanics, and construction engineers. No registration is required. For more info on how to take part, head to hiringhoosiers.com. And tonight, there is new life for Indiana Beach on Lake Schaefer in Monticello. A Chicago businessman has purchased the 94-year-old attraction from its former owner, Apex Holdings. Apex announced plans to close the park in February and has since declared bankruptcy. The deal was confirmed today by a White County commissioner. The new owner would like to have Indiana Beach open this year.
And that's a lot of welcome news for a lot of people out there. Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast tonight. And on a rainy day like today, it is nice to be at home social distancing like Kevin and I are. Kevin, been a nice day at home, right?
Is a nice day inside, and if you look at the sky, it was a gloomy gray day. That's why I chose to focus on the green grass. Everything looking emerald green here with the most recent contribution of rain. We'll talk about how the rain will move out, and then we'll make some progress toward drying things out for a little bit. We've had about a half-inch of rain in Indianapolis. Most areas, quarter to half-inch rainfall amounts. As far as our rain chances, we'll get a break tomorrow. We'll need the break because Saturday will be quite wet. We may have an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain Saturday. Sunday, the chance for rain will be in the morning hours. We'll have Sunday afternoon and Monday to dry out from the weekend rain. Well, there are spotty showers from Tipton and Kokomo back to Clinton County around Frankfort, then to Crawfordsville, then into areas in Vermilion County, one of our skinniest counties in western Indiana, all that just south of Interstate 74 and moving to the north and east. We'll still have some isolated scattered showers through the evening hours. Temperature's pretty uniform. If you look at the official record book for today, the high goes in at 60 degrees, but that was 1 minute after midnight. Through all your waking hours today, temperatures have been right there, stuck in the mid-50s. Rain chances tonight, one little parting shot as the area of low pressure kind of pinwheels its way out of central Indiana, 40% chance for rain at 10 o'clock. Have you ever met a prince? Now you have. Mr. Prince, Jerry and Shirley Bonnell sharing this picture. And Prince had a good indoor day. You can see his ball there. The hallways are long. You throw the ball and he'll go get it and bring it right back. There are your chances for some showers this evening. Again, most of us will stay dry. Tomorrow, what changes? Temperatures warm back up. We're in the 50s in the morning, but a mixture of clouds and sunshine, and we should manage 67 degrees for the afternoon high, but most importantly, it is a dry Friday. Bloomington, Terre Haute, Bedford, Seymour, you may well hit 70. Okay, for the weekend, the wettest day Saturday, an inch or more of rain around. Sunday, 30% chance of rain. It will be windy once again. Those winds starting to move from east to southeast. I'm going to put this in motion from 7 a.m. Saturday and just watch this spin into central Indiana, bringing periods of rain, maybe some isolated thunderstorms with it as we go through the day, Saturday into Saturday night. Rain should be exiting first half of Sunday. Monday, dry again, 63. Then a couple of days, Tuesday and Wednesday next week, where we'll have to keep our eye on thunderstorms. 70, the warmest temperature next week. What goes up then comes right back down, as you can see, back into the low 60s to end next week.
And football fans finally have something new to watch. The NFL draft starts tonight. You can watch here on RTV6. First round coverage is tonight at 8. Commissioner Roger Goodell will be announcing the picks from his basement at home, and all the teams will be working remotely. Round 2 kicks off at 7 on Friday. That's when the Colts are set to make their first pick. Saturday's coverage starts at noon. We are open Indy, from catering to big groups to family size. The company's changing course to serve you to help weather the pandemic.
To Keller. Keller and Keller.
RTV6 is proud to be working together with the United Way of Central Indiana during this crisis. We're teaming up for the COVID-19 Community Economic Relief Fund. The initiative supports organizations that serve people and families affected by the pandemic. You can donate to the fund by texting HELP 2020 to 91999.
We're Open Indy is RTV6's commitment to connecting you with small businesses still open and ready to serve you. 3 Indianapolis catering companies have quickly transitioned from serving meals for dozens of people at a time to family-sized meals ready for pickup. One of the companies is the Indianapolis Greek restaurant turned caterer, Santorini Greek Kitchen. The owners also own the other 2 companies, Hoagland Catering and MVP Distinctive Catering. All work out of the Biltwell Event Center, 950 South White River Parkway, West Drive. They're open every day from 9 to 5. More info is at theindychannel.com. And starting tomorrow, another restaurant in Speedway will be able to say we're open Indy, at least for carryout. Barbecue and Bourbon will relaunch with Fish Fry Friday, in addition to a limited menu. A tent will be set up behind the restaurant at 1414 Main Street, and customers can drive up, order, and pay. You can also call ahead. Barbecue and Bourbon will be open Wednesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. RTV6 and the Indy Chamber of Commerce have joined forces to protect Indiana businesses. You can find more about the Chamber's Buy Indy effort and profiles on businesses that are open by going to theindychannel.com/open. Legendary Pike Boys basketball coach Ed Siegel has died from the coronavirus. Tonight at 6, sports director Dave First looks back at Siegel's life and his unforgettable contributions to Indiana high school basketball.